Hey Virgo. Okay, at the bottom of the deck is the High Priestess. So we were just talking about the moons, and she's very in touch with the moons and how they affect her. So she's so in touch with her subconscious and her feelings that she can feel the moon cycles, the energy shifting in the heavens. Um, she's in tune to the earth. She maybe can even sense when an earthquake is coming, or and you guys are an earth sign. She's just very in tune with those signals that most of us miss. You guys will really maybe be discovering or more in tune to your intuition than previously. You'll sense things. You'll just have a knowing, those sentience, those clairsentience, those clairs, clairaudience, clairvoyance. So you may want to look into those, but just to or do some little bit of exploration into your psychic abilities. Um, Trust your gut. If you feel like something's off, or that you're missing something, or someone's not quite telling the truth, you just have that gut feeling, good or bad, trust it. This is not a month to justify or rationalize or chase those away. You really want to listen to those feelings and instincts. So this is kind of what's on your mind, this top row. So spirituality. Let's look at the other ones. Getting a broad perspective. Eight of Rods, messages. So what this says to me is there's sort of this feeling of life is too short. I've been focusing on maybe material things instead of living and experiencing. On some level, I resign myself to the daily grind and getting up, going to work. And not saying that you're not going to work, but there's some sort of fundamental shift, and you're really taking a look at, you're zooming out and looking at the big picture of your life. And so maybe you're having a big birthday coming up, or even when your parents or siblings or nieces or nephews, whatever, reach a certain age, you're like, holy shit, how am I? It makes you aware of how fast time is passing, and that you might want to make some changes. And I don't see this in a negative way. I see it in a very positive, motivating way. And it's like once you have this sort of spiritual realization, things start moving very fast. If you've been single, you start putting yourself out there and dating. If you want a career change, you make it happen. If you want to move, you move. If you want to travel, you say, you know what? I don't want to, we might not be able to do this often. I don't want to go into debt traveling, but let's figure out a way to make this happen. If we have to tighten our budget, if we have to downsize, but life is too short, we need to get out there. So these are sort of the more mundane four swords. So this could be that someone needed heart surgery, someone needed surgery, something happened that, and this is a recovering card, so this person's okay, but sometimes when you hear about someone similar in age to you has a health crisis or someone, it can be a wake-up call, like, whoa, no more denial. That's another thing the High Priestess can be. I need to make some changes. I need to do something different. I need to start living. I need to, and it's interesting because the High Priest, which is the Hierophant, is right above it. And this is a meditation card. So really starting maybe also a spiritual practice. Wow, right smack in the middle is the Ten of Pentacles. This is generations, family legacy. There's a richness to this card, and not really even, I mean, there can monetarily be a richness, but it's a family with many generations and many stories, and you sit around the table and you tell the same story every time and you laugh, and there's a shared history, a deep, rich history. It's a richness of connections and relationships and the depth of those relationships. It's a very nice card. It's grounded, it's solid, it's roots, it's family. That is the most important. That's the central center of the reading. Seven of Rods. If you are looking to make a change, sometimes people get very invested in other people's lives that they may not even that they don't have a say in. So this is not getting sucked in and just being very matter of fact, and like no is a complete sentence. I'm moving. What? Why? I'm moving. And not if they're just curious, like, oh, where are you moving? Oh, but if they like somehow make a standoff out of it, or somehow like, I'm not talking to you, if they're like want to have a control, or you are making, so like really have some strong reaction, you need to just let it go and trust yourself, trust your gut, and know that you are doing the right thing. This, you know what I'm getting? It's weird, but I'm getting sort of a Harry and Meghan vibe off of this. What's the family legacy you want to leave? Is it about quality time with your family, or appearances and what other people think about it? So at the basis, Five of Pentacles. This is a lack mentality. Ooh, Nine of Pentacles. This is kind of the opposite. This is feeling confident and I am complete on my own. I can manage my own affairs. I don't need someone else in my life, but it would be nice to have someone if they add something to my life. Very centered and grounded, not trying to force anything. Wow, and the happily ever after card. So remember that your happily ever after, your happiness, you have to be happily ever after just by yourself, just like her. She is happy. Now, if it does involve other people, that's the icing on the cake. I mean, you'll obviously have your parents and your siblings and stuff as a family, but if you have children or not, or get married yourself or whatever, that's the icing on the cake. It's not some desperation or requirement to feel secure. 2 10s, so 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups. Okay, so you guys may be asking someone to marry you or vice versa. If you're dating someone, your significant other, if you're may end up pregnant, however that happens. But I feel like it's more of not like if you're trying to do IVF, or if you're same-sex coupled adoption, it's more like a little bit of an oops. But so if you don't want to be pregnant, take precautions. But I feel like it will be, so this is a totally side thing, but a good thing. Maybe you're pregnant and you guys are in the stage where you're not telling people yet because it's too early. really interesting feel to this. Really thinking about family and not just the big picture of your life, but generations and legacy. Um, and feeling really comfortable in your own skin, really accepting where you are and embracing that this month. It's a really the feel that's coming off of this reading is really nice. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will hopefully see you at another reading. Take care.